Good evening. This is the Fellaz Sports Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm Nappy.
Let's get into this.
Yes, sir.
Busy week in the NBA world, in the playoffs. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, I think we might as well just start off with a 14-year consecutive streak. I'm talking about when he's been healthy. Actually, not even about when he's been healthy. A 14-year consecutive streak in the playoffs coming to an end, and we are talking about no other than King James, LeBron James.
He ain't my king. He's just LeBron James. I'll tell you that much.
So, my guy, basically, let me just get how you feel about that. Their first round exit.
So, as most of y'all may or may not know, I'm not his biggest fan, but I am a fan of basketball, and I've always stated that if that team was healthy, I don't think there was anyone outside of Brooklyn that would be able to take him down. And to be honest, all he truly needed was AD. If he at least had AD, they would have been able to fight and make it a challenging series and whatnot. Now, unfortunately, AD went down. Kind of sucks because I like AD. I have nothing against the brow. But he went down, and you clearly saw that, LeBron didn't feel like he had to put everyone on his shoulders at this point in his career, which I think is whack and weak. But anyways, it is what it is. And Mr. Booker said, I'm in Kobe's house. I'm going to represent Kobe the way y'all Lakers should do it. I'm going to shoot the lights out and send y'all home, getting ready to go on vacation. And with that, I'm going to say, bye-bye, LeBron. Have fun, LeBron.
Dang.
Yeah. Can't buy your championships, LeBron. I said it.
Man.
I said it.
Okay.
I said
Gloves are off. Gloves are off.
Can't buy your championships. Play the game like you're supposed to play the game.
Dang.
You be a leader.
Okay.
Be a leader, LeBron.
All right, Denzel.
I'm not gonna go all Stephen A. and call him out like he did with our good friend Kwame. I'm just saying that he play the game, Bron.
I don't want none of LeBron's mama's cooking. I tell you what, I'm good. But
yeah, that's my take on it. It sucks because realistically, I would have liked to have seen at this point, since their teams are powerhouses, I would have liked to see a powerhouse. But I'm not mad that it's not at this point the Lakers that are going to be there. Now it's just interesting to see who's going to come out the West, because I know we're going to get into it a bit later, but even the Clips is on the bubble. So it just makes it that much more interesting. To me, I actually want to pay more attention now to the NBA playoffs, knowing that he's not there. It sucks that Curry's out, but that team is a whole different story. But, it makes it interesting. So that's my take on it. How do you feel about Mr. LeBron?
Golly. All right. So, to be honest, how I actually feel about it, I have mixed emotions. Now, I am generally not the biggest LeBron fan, but I didn't actually want to see him go out like this, due to the fact that I hate when teams lose because of injury. I prefer better teams win. And I can't truly definitively say Phoenix was the better team. I just can't. Again, Anthony Davis, he had one bad game. Yeah, one bad game, you could say, and played two really good games, and then he got injured, right? And I think that this series would be totally different if he was healthy.
For sure.
So therefore, it's like, it's one of those things where, yes, I'm happy that Phoenix won. I don't mind the Phoenix team, but do I think that they're really that good? No. Now, what media is going to do now is try to hype them up, because last thing they want is everyone to just think that the NBA is weak and not like there's some bad teams making it through. But we've seen it. It's throughout time. Injuries play a big part in this. And no one can take it away, because if the roles were reversed and Booker got injured or whomsoever else, it would have been a lot easier for the Lakers. So I'm not putting a damper on anybody's or any Phoenix fans. I'm just saying that me personally, I'd rather when two teams are full strength going at it. Now, again, I didn't mind it. But it was still bittersweet, because no matter how much I don't like LeBron, I still enjoy wanting him to lose. It's
Mm.
not that fun when he loses. It's like my joy is wanting him to lose. Like, so if he made it to like the Western Conference Finals, I'm just saying between the Clippers and they were both full strength, and then Clippers won, I'd be like, all right, I'm feeling this. But
Mhm.
no one can deny, like the NBA for us, we're basketball heads, we're basketball junkies, so we enjoy watching it. But
Mhm.
for the most part, it's a player-driven league. Like most people watch because they're fans of a particular person, not necessarily a particular team. So me not seeing LeBron in it does take it away because I still enjoy his game, his heroics from time to time. Like I like to call him whatever else. I like clowning him, but for the most part, he does still pull out a three out of nowhere from time to time. He does pull out a block from nowhere from time to time. He'll put out a pass from nowhere. He still brings that aspect to the game, and that's going to be missing this year. I want to see what other teams can bring it up and what teams or players can do it, but it's going to be they're gonna have to prove it to me. That's basically it. Like other than again the Nets, and a couple of teams where there's bona fide superstars. We're gonna see who actually really makes it through. Like,
Which
yeah,
brings me to my next point. Kind of sucks that there's going to be no more Dame time.
that's what I'm saying.
I was
Exactly.
I was honestly hoping that would go 7, like a
Yeah,
nice, I wouldn't say evenly fought, but a nice fought series where it's just like, I want Portland to come out ahead in that.
yeah,
For one, Melo. For two, Dame.
yeah.
Three,
Exactly.
and they picked up one of my favorite guys who's just a scrapper in Norman Powell. They took him from the Raps. So you know what I mean. So it's
Exactly.
like I like that team. I think that team has a lot of potential. It sucks that there's only so much
Yeah,
one person can do. But I like the fact that it's not like he had a bad game and they lost. He still
yeah.
had a great game. They
Gave
still
everything.
fought as much as they could,
Yeah,
but Denver was just the better team and ended up taking the series. You know
a
what I mean?
hundred
Like
percent.
that was a good series if you ask me. I just honestly
Really
thought it would go
was. Really
7, and I
was.
thought it would go 7 in favor of
Portland.
Portland.
Yeah.
You
But they're
know,
missing something. That's the thing with Portland. They're missing something. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing because they have talent. They
mm-hmm.
have talent. And don't get me wrong, everyone could downplay Denver, but Denver has talent too. They really do.
They really do.
Michael Porter Jr.,
He went off.
Aaron Gordon. That's what I'm saying. They still have players. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So I'm not even saying they don't, but I still thought that Portland was the better team. Yeah, it's gonna, like I said, that's what's gonna be crazy about this year's playoffs. All the superstars, other than a few choice teams, are they're kind of, and when I'm saying superstars, I'm not using it lightly. I'm talking about because Booker, he's a budding superstar, but he's still not there.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul, depending on who you ask, he's a superstar, but he's, you know what I mean.
He's a veteran at this point. Like
Yeah, a quality vet. You know what I
you know what I
mean?
mean.
But
Like
I wouldn't call him a super. So there's not really crazy much superstars in these playoffs right now, at least. So it's going to be definitely very interesting to watch, man. Again, Ja Morant, bring
yeah,
him up.
yeah.
Um, he
I
had a
mean, I'll
great
be honest.
showing. How'd you
I
feel?
didn't see them winning.
No, of course not. Of
I
course
definitely
not.
didn't
No,
see
no,
them
no. Of
winning.
course not. That's why I would have wished that Golden State would have made it through because they would have actually been. It would have been extremely competitive.
Which brings me to my next point. The freaking play-in sucks for
A
this
hundred percent.
exact reason.
A hundred
And I
percent.
think this is probably the only time I'll agree with LeBron James to say it does suck because it was
Yeah.
one extra game they didn't need to play, which would have been one
Exactly.
extra game that maybe AD didn't get hurt.
Exactly. 100% though, and that's the
Right?
thing. 100%, and that's why it's like. Don't get me wrong. But listen, John Morant is showing everybody, including me. Like I've been cool with him. I've liked him, but no, he's the real deal. He is
Mm-hmm.
the real deal. You got to give him his credit. He's definitely the real deal. But even with that being said, not too many people. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna say nobody, but not too many people are buying John Morant jerseys. You know what I mean?
Yet.
Like he's
They're not buying it
yet. But I'm just saying right now, not
Yeah.
buying John Morant jerseys, and that's just what it is. Like the NBA is going to act surprised when they see their TV ratings down this year. But there's no question why. Like, the one thing that's been a constant in the NBA is superstars. And that's why it's there right now. It's kind of go ahead.
Especially in these last few years, it's literally been LeBron and Curry.
Exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
And this is now basically the first time in over what 10 years now.
Yeah.
At least 7, for sure 7, that neither one of them is there.
Yeah. No,
like nowhere to be found at this point.
Dude, seven, probably, yeah, at least probably a decade. I'd say probably even a decade, bro. Minimum, because again, right. LeBron's been going consecutively, bro.
You know what I mean? But I'm talking about like so early.
They might think that it's good because again, everyone enjoys upsets, but it's not March Madness. It's not one game takes all. So nobody's trying to watch a 7-game series with Phoenix and Utah. Like nobody, like I could care less. Like I love basketball, so I'll watch it. But for the most part, do I honestly believe they're the best players? Not really. So we got a hockey expert in the building, the legendary Chad. So what I want to say and start it off with, let's give a cheers. You know what I mean? Let's start it off with that.
You know what is good with that? Chad starts with CH, and so does cheers. CH.
Facts.
Boom.
Facts.
Cheers.
I got Twisted Tea.
Is that your new name as well? Twisted Tea?
Twisted Tea, in honor of a win tonight. I don't know if you know the legend of Twisted Tea.
What, you gonna smack with that? Smack. Smack me! Smack me, nigga! Come on, yeah. Drop it.
But that's what the Canadiens did tonight. So, Chad, how you doing? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling ecstatic, fantastic, elated.
Yes. So, speaking of hockey, Canadiens had a game tonight.
Yes.
Please let me know how this went.
Okay, well, what we have to do is really look into the playoffs as a whole. So the Canadiens started off so well in the beginning of the season, right? Yeah. They were considered a powerhouse, and then it fell apart for some reason. And they barely forget leap. They crawled into the playoffs, 4th place in the North Division. And obviously, they have to face the Toronto Maple Leafs, the first place team in the North. A fantastic team, stacked, powerhouse offense. And I don't know if you noticed, but every hockey pundit in Canada picked the Leafs. There was not one hockey expert that picked the Habs. Not one.
True story.
Do you know how many hockey experts there are in Canada?
At least 3. At least.
There's 2, but so both of them that I respect picked the Leafs.
Exactly.
Nice try. They picked the Leafs in 4, 5, 6. There was no Leafs in 7. Like we were washed. We're done. So we come out, we win the first game, and still get no respect. We lose the next 3, and even me, I'm like, well, it's another year. But let's not forget what happened to John Tavares in Game 1, right?
Exactly.
A powerhouse, great second-line center, would be number 1 center on our team. Yeah. And then they lose Jake Muzzin, Game 6, by the way, which I was there at, the first game in Canada that allowed fans there. Your man was there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Kotkaniemi scores the overtime winner goal. Fun stat about this. I don't know if you guys are into numbers.
Please help. Please share.
Number 15 is Kotkaniemi. Okay? He had 15 minutes and 15 seconds of ice time. He scored on the 15th shot in overtime in his 15th career playoff game.
That's a whole lot of 15s right there.
The stars are aligning, all right?
Right. Mm-hmm. I like it.
So then we force the Game 7. Here's another number for you in Game 7. We're down 3-1. Our goalie, Carey Price, number 31, makes 31 saves to win the game 3-1 on May 31st.
Okay, I feel you.
The stars are aligning.
I feel you.
Okay, this is destiny. So then you have to think about this. Now we're playing Winnipeg. If we get by Winnipeg, and we most probably will, because they lost their top line center, Mark Scheifele, to a 4-game suspension for a boneheaded, gutless, stupid play. And so they're out with that, and they're out with DeMello, our top 2 defense pair. And it's not looking good for them. So if we get past them, we're going to face either Vegas or Colorado. Colorado's up 2-0. Colorado is a powerhouse. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Colorado used to be the Quebec Nordiques.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we would face the Nordiques in the next round, right? Destiny. And then, right now, Boston's over there. They're up 2-1 against the Islanders. And they can go, and we would face Boston for the Stanley Cup. It's destiny.
I feel you.
Is it not destiny?
I love it. Definitely destiny, my brother. Definitely
That's
destiny.
just a few numbers. I don't believe in them, but it feels right.
Hey, man, the way you were just telling them, it sounds right. I fully concur with that, man.
Dude, draw me up like 7 numbers or 6 numbers, like from 1 to 49, and give that to me, and let me go play the lotto.
Facts.
All you need to know is number 25. That's going to be our 25th cup. That's all you need to know.
So now that's pretty interesting. And now I know, judging by that jersey, I could see who you're rooting for. But other than the Canadiens, who do you think is or has the best chance of winning the Stanley Cup?
At the beginning of the season, I picked Tampa, powerhouse. Steve Yzerman did a wonderful job picking up. I don't know how he does it in the salary cap world, but they've got Stamkos, they got Kucherov, just came back of a whole season. He missed the whole season, and now he's back in the playoffs, and he's already killing it, except for the penalty he took the last game, but that's neither near here there. They've got Norris defenseman. They've got Vasilevsky, one of the best goalies in the world, but they are facing a hungry Carolina team. They went up 2-0 in the series, and last game they lost in overtime, so it's 2-1 right now. So, I mean, that's a crapshoot for me. I picked Tampa, but facing Carolina, they're a really good team. Okay. So Tampa was mine until I saw that we came back 3-1 in destiny and numbers. So obviously the Habs are going to win. That's guaranteed, sure.
Yeah.
And Boston, you can never count out Boston.
Okay.
They've got Pastrnak, they've got Bergeron, they've got Hall, Marchand, but they have a huge injury on the blue line with Carlo. Okay. So they didn't re-sign Zdeno Chara. They tried to bring him back. They said, you're not going to play much, but we want you to mentor the kids. And he decided to go to Washington. Terrible decision for him. But they have Tuukka Rask. And it's all about experience when it comes to the playoffs. And Boston has the experience. They're a gritty team. I feel right now that Boston's the favorite to go. And on our side, I'm going to have to go with us right now because we just won 5 in a row. Things are clicking. Carey Price is in the zone. You just got to shut up tonight. And it's the Carey Price factor. You can't overlook that. It's incredible.
Fully agreed. Now, Nappy over here was saying we were unsure about how much of an effect the crowd has on hockey players. Let me know. You were actually there when they opened back up to the fans. Do you think that helped in that game? Or
absolutely, because I can guarantee you I didn't have a voice by the end of the night. And I'm pretty sure that Jake Campbell, because I was like about 10 rows just to the right of him, and the whole night I was chirping him, making fun of his family, his wife. And I'm pretty sure I got to him. And there was 2 Leafs fans that were sitting right in front of me and Shanna, and they were like live bloggers, they were like influencers.
Okay, yes.
So to me, it was very insulting. This is the first game that we have in Canada in a year and a half, and here you are live blogging. So the whole time I was saying obscenities so they can't post it on Instagram. He wasn't feeling that. He didn't feel me, but I bet him $100. So let's do $100, right? If we win, you owe me 100, and if you win, I owe you 100, right?
Yeah.
My surprise, this guy doesn't have no cash, right? At the end of the game, so he asked me for my email. So that's when I knew that this guy's not paying me. because you asked me for my email to put in your phone. I'm like, no, just give me your phone number, right? And then I'll send you my email. So once you did that, I'm like, nah, you're bummed. I guess you're not that good of an influence. And just how he left with his head down up the Bell Center was payment enough for me. So go Habs, go.
Classic.
So yes, as far as the crowd is concerned, dude, like there's 2,500 of us, and it felt like 21,000. It was unstoppable, and everybody left there with no voice. They should have been giving up like things for whatever makes your voice feel better. They should have gave that.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay, that sounds good.
So it answers the question. So obviously, hockey players, even though it's a different atmosphere as compared to basketball, they definitely feed off the energy of the crowd.
Well, you honestly, you can feel it. You can see that, like when they were having problems in their own zone, and we'd be like defense, and like just go Habs go. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. There's an emotion there. It's like a live emotion, and like if I feel it in the crowd, I'm sure they can feel it on the ice.
Because that's what I've always wondered, like, how much do hockey players actually hear when they're on the ice? Because they've got a lot to pay attention to.
Because we can hear them. Mm-hmm. So, like, when there's 2,500 people, and I can hear them chirping each other, right? Okay. So if we can hear them, I'm sure they can hear us.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And I mean, it's home ice advantage for a reason, right? It's not only because of the last line change and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's because of your fans. The sixth man, as they would say, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I know you're a Canadiens fan, right? But do you actually, I'm just saying, and I know this is blasphemy, but I have to ask the question. Do you believe that they're the best team right now in the playoffs?
Do I believe that? No, I don't. I believe that Colorado is.
Okay.
And I believe that Tampa is, but due to their opponent, they can't be. So the best team right now is Colorado, and you can see it. They're up 2-0 on a very good Vegas team.
Okay.
And I don't know if you watched any of the games, but it's run and gun hockey. These guys are just skating, shooting, hitting. And this is why I feel confident if we were to see Colorado, there's not much structure there. Whereas Montreal, they play a structured system.
Yeah.
So they play a run and gun offense, north and south.
Okay, yeah. So
they clog up the blue line. They force the play. They forecheck, back check, pay check.
Boom.
Nice. I like that. You gonna join us for a little bit of basketball talk?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll try to do my best. Hey. Jordan's the best, right?
Definitely.
I used to watch basketball all kinds when they played like men, right? Before they had the reach and rule. Right, yeah. where you can smack someone, you elbow someone, you can play hard, right?
Yeah, I got you.
And now it's just like you keep it on the perimeter, shoot as much threes as you can, and then you got LeBron James, a complete monster, and nobody wants to touch him. Like I'd love to see.
And when they do touch him, he drops like a little baby though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my eye.
Complains and LeBron is amazing. He's amazing.
He is definitely.
But he is like the reason why I hate basketball and love it.
Yeah. No. Well, please elaborate. Why do you hate it because of LeBron, and why do you love it because of LeBron?
Because he could be the force of making basketball like a man's sport again, right?
Yeah, I feel
but
you.
Like
saying that.
That's a good one.
The way that he complains and bitches, like he's the biggest guy in the league. He has a voice.
Mm-hmm.
He chooses to like just complain all the time about like petty, like I never saw Jordan complain once, man. I just saw him compete. And like this whole comparison about LeBron James and Michael Jordan, you need to cut that out. Michael Jordan's like on a whole another like stratosphere. Love LeBron.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I'm never going to discount or discredit what LeBron has done here.
Yeah.
But like Jordan played in the league of men. Okay.
That's true.
You got Steph Curry never getting touched ever and just shooting all day. Woo. All day.
That's literally how he sounds, though. He does sound like that.
Yeah, but remember Steve Kerr? Steve Kerr had to woo. there's nobody scared to shoot threes anymore, and that just tells you everything about basketball.
Okay, I feel you on that. Now, a little more personal question. Do you remember where you were when you heard Kobe passed?
I was buying skiing equipment.
Okay.
I was buying tubes and gloves for the kids, and then my boy Al hit me up, and he's like, Kobe's gone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Where'd he go? And it's like he died in a helicopter crash. And like I told Shannon, like, people heard me in line. They're like, "What? Are you for real?" And we're like, all checking it on the internet. And it was awful. Kobe's not my number 2. I got Jordan and Kobe.
Understandable. I just wanted to ask that question because that's such a mark in everybody's memory. Like nobody's gonna forget where they were or what they were doing when they heard.
And the funny thing about it is that I was doing the same thing I was doing with you, complaining about how basketball is now to Shannon. So, like, and I was showing highlights of like back in the day.
Yeah.
And like just like the difference of how basketball is now and then. And then we watched the Kobe documentary. And she's like, Kobe's like, I'm like, he's GOAT. Like under Jordan, of course. For me. And, not too long after he had passed, and Shannon was like, Jesus, like it's awful. What a shame. Yeah. And not only that, he's a good human being, a good father, so it's a big loss.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Like to thank our hockey expert, Chad, in the building. He'll be joining us regularly, keeping us up to date. This is the Fellaz Sports Talk Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Also, you can hit us up on our website, thefellaz.com. I'm your host, Trey.
I'm Nappy.
We in these streets.
Wu-Tang forever!